Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tautvydas Liorančas. I am from Vilnius Tech University Antanas Gustaitis Aviation Institute. And today, on behalf of ECOCORK, I will be giving a short walkthrough through the Chapter 4, Manufacturing and Implementation of Cork-Based Composites in Aviation. In Subchapter 4.1, an overview of cork-based sandwich structure composites, you will find information about the definition and types of sandwich structure composites, the properties, advantages, and disadvantages of most significant cork-based sandwich structure composite in aeronautics. In other words, we will talk about what makes a cork material advantageous or disadvantageous in the eyes of aeronautic engineering. If we decide which properties are the most useful for us, we will be able to apply the material in the best scenarios. Next, we will discuss the application areas of cork-based sandwich structure composites in aeronautics. In this subchapter, you will find the current application areas on aircraft and in general in aviation. We will discuss how the best properties are used in certain areas and which areas of application should be avoided because of some disadvantageous properties of cork-based sandwich structure composites. In subchapter 4.2, cork-based sandwich structure composite manufacturing methods, we will discuss, first of all, the manufacturing of flat sandwich plates, because the flat sandwich panels are most commonly used in aeronautical engineering. Furthermore, it is the easiest to produce, therefore it can be manufactured and then tested by any engineer, student, or university. Then we will discuss the manufacturing process of singly and doubly curved panels, because the manufacturing process is quite different if we compare it to flat plates. And if the aircraft has some areas that are singly or doubly curved, in other words, it is curved in one or more plane, then we need a whole different manufacturing method to produce the panel. Then we will discuss the peculiarities of mounting point of sandwich structure panels. Because, as you see in the middle picture, the core material does not have enough rigidity, and if we would try to mount this plate without any reinforcement, the local contact stress would be too high. So we will discuss the methods to locally strengthen these panels. How can we add some inserts or other materials to locally reinforce our tested panels, so that we can attach it to other components. And lastly, we will discuss the features of sandwich structure panel edge closure. As you can see in picture on the right, if you are attaching your panel to structurally important place, like aircraft wings or fuselage or tail section, you need your panels to end up in enclosed edges, so that you can use these edges for attachment to the aircraft structure. And in this chapter, you will discuss the manufacturing methods of such sloped plates. In the subchapter 4.3, you will find the cork composite applications for gasket and other sealing materials, because it is widely known that cork composite is a very good material for sealing and for gasket applications. First of all, we will discuss the most common fluids used in aerospace industry to better understand what kind of environment these gaskets would need to live in, and what kind of operating pressures, temperatures, liquids will be in the place where gasket has to be applied. Then we will discuss the fluid sealing technologies. In other words, how are these gaskets made? What is their properties? What is their purpose? And lastly, in this chapter, you will find the time-tested aerospace applications, where we will see what is the mostly used application and how it started and why it is still to this day most commonly used in aerospace industry. In the subchapter 4.4, tests of sandwich structure composite materials with cork fillers were performed. First, we performed the spectrum analysis of sandwich structure composite materials with cork fillers. And the spectrum analysis shows the natural frequency of tested material. And I should mention that for these tests, we were using cork core with glass fiber laminate sandwich plates. And the test bench that we used, you can see in the picture below. This test bench is used to make the Modul natural harmonic frequencies analysis. And the first conclusion showed that the different cork grain size is very influential for the material dampening properties. The result concluded that the cork with bigger grain size has better dampening performance than if we compare cork with smaller grain size. The second analysis was performed by comparing cork fillers with foam filler that is usually used in aviation. And this analysis concluded that cork and foam has very similar damping properties. However, we must also know that because cork is eco-friendly and reusable, not like foam, we should consider these results to be positive and conclusive. In the last subchapter, 4.5 bending tests of cork-based sandwich structure composites, you will see the information about the tests that we performed during this research. The samples that we used were very similar to the ones that were used in the harmonic modular testing. So we had 3 sandwich plates with cork composite filler and glass fiber reinforcement, and they were compared between themselves and also between foam filler material with glass fiber reinforcement plates. Comparison of the results and analysis showed us that if we talk about the bending tests, the cork filler gives a very big difference when we compare it to the foam filler. Therefore, we conclude that the filler in the bending scenario is very important. And also we discussed and made the results that the different grain sizes in the filler cork material is also impactful for the bending strength of the sandwich plate panel. Then we performed the tensile tests, which were made in a very different scenario. We had to cut the plates in a certain way. You will see the discussion about what was the method and what was the dimension of the tested panels. And the tensile testing results showed us that when we talk about tensile strength, the core material is not so significant because the tensile strength is mostly associated with the reinforcing material that is on the sides of the sandwich panel. However, the core material doesn't impact the tensile strength of the sandwich plate. So if we compare between cork material filler and foam material filler, it showed very similar results. And also if we compare between different grain sizes, all the results were also very similar. So this is an interesting comparison between bending tests and tensile tests, which we can conclude that if we want to use core composite material, especially in sandwich plates, we must decide what kind of forces will be applied on our design area. Therefore, we can choose the best material for it. And that ends the walkthrough of the manufacturing and implementation of cork-based composites in aviation. Thank you very much for your attention and have a great day.